guys, welcome back to my channel, Views by Beck. Today I wanted to talk about depression and mental health. Before I get started, please, if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please do so, and also click that notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you will be alerted immediately. So going right into this topic, I wanted to talk about depression and mental health because, as we all know, there's so much going on right now all over the world, not just in one country, but all over the world. If you do follow me on social media platforms, I specifically made posts about what was going on in the world. I mentioned some countries: Nigeria, Cameroon, Liberia, Congo. It's just so much happening around us. And I wanted to talk about our mental health because I feel as though it's not talked about enough, and there's just too much happening that we are going around and we're trying to ignore what's happening or act like it's not happening for those that do that. So I just wanted to take some time out to talk about mental health because it is highly important. Like I always tell people, you cannot pour from an empty cup. It's important for you to take care of yourself and make sure that you are emotionally, mentally stable in order to be able to pour out to other people, right? So I'll be talking about that today. So hang in there with me, and hopefully you enjoy this video. So I want you to look back on some things that you have gone through. Think about some horrific times that you have had in the past, right? We've all had moments and phases of, things not going so well. And I want you to think about how you felt when you were going through those times. Now I want you to think about where you are now. Did you get over those things? Were you able to overcome those things? Even though in the moment it felt as though you were not going to overcome them, but you did, right? So I want you to look back, look at now, and I want you to know that if you were able to get through all of those times and those things, that you will be able to get through this one. So I'm going to give you guys some what to do in order to basically have peace of mind amongst the storms around us. So the first thing I want to talk about is gratefulness. A lot of times we focus so much on the negative things happening around us that we are not allowing ourselves to enjoy and be grateful for the positive things that are happening around us, right? Or that are happening in our lives. During the coronavirus pandemic, when it first started, a lot of people lost their jobs, a lot of people. And I also know some people that were complaining about their jobs. They still had jobs, but you had those that lost their jobs, right? In that moment, it dawned on me that the people that lost their jobs and have no way of feeding their families or feeding themselves or taking care of themselves, they would do anything to have the jobs that the people that are still working are complaining about, right? So there's a quote that says, you are someone else's prayer point. Your life is someone else's prayer points. Even though to you, your life sucks, but someone else is praying for that same life that you have. So I want us to be able to take time out and appreciate the positive things that are happening to us. If we start to appreciate the positive things that are happening to us, we will notice that we start to dwell less on the negativity around us. It gives it little ability to basically take over our mind and our feelings, right? One way to address this would be to write things down. I write a lot of things down. Writing down the positive things that you're grateful for. Sit down, take some time out, and I want you to think about some things that you are truly grateful for. Write them down. As you write them down, more things will begin to pop up for you that you probably never appreciated. But as you sit down, it will come up for you and you'll be able to write them down. Now, once you write those lists down, Whenever you're having a moment, a negative moment, or you're feeling down, or you're sad, or you're feeling as though you are depressed, what I want you to do is go back to that list that you just made or you made earlier, and I want you to look through it. Say it out loud. I'm grateful for XYZ. Once you start to spend much more time engaging yourself in the positive things that are happening to you, you will start to appreciate them and think less of the negative things that are happening around us. Another thing that I want us to do is self-care. I cannot stress this enough. Oftentimes, we neglect ourselves. We do not take time out to just take care of ourselves. Between working, taking care of kids, going to school, taking care of family members, we neglect ourselves. It is important, no matter what responsibility you have outside of yourself, it is highly important for you to take time out for yourself. You have to recharge your battery in order to be able to function in society. If your battery is not recharged, how can you function? How can you help others? How can you give what you don't have? And then we start to drown. We start to drown, and there's no one to help. And we start to think, when did this start happening? What happened to me? I was just happy yesterday. Now today I'm not happy. That's because you have neglected yourself for so long that everything else around you started to take over you. If you put yourself first and take care of yourself, you will be able to impact more people and help more people. Once again, you cannot pour from an empty cup. Fill up your cup before you are able to fill up other people's cups. When the whole thing started with, the NSARS and, the stuff going on in Cameroon with, the people going to the schools and killing the children, heartbreaking things, disgusting things, and it's just too much. I am an emotional person. So whenever I see something negative, even though it doesn't directly impact my life or affect my life, once I see it, my mind, I start to envision, and then that starts to make me feel down, sad, and all these other feelings where my spirits are down. And what I like to do whenever I'm feeling that way is I love comedy. Comedic relief is amazing for me. I love to dance when I'm feeling down. I love music. I love to listen to music, just to vibe out to some positive things and just kind of spend time for me, do what makes me happy. I think a lot of times we don't do that. So it's important. Do what it is that you love. Do what brings you joy, whether it's talking to your loved ones, whether it's, going out with your friends to get coffee, just to chat, whether it's venting to a friend that you trust, be it dancing, cleaning the house, listening to music, reading a book, whatever it is, shutting out the world and just spending time on yourself, meditating, whatever it is that you love to do that brings you joy, it's highly important for us to focus on that now, especially now. Always take care of yourself, but focus on things that bring you joy, especially during these trying times. Just to uplift yourself, it's important to do that. Another point that I wanted to talk about was purpose. I joined a group or an app, and I joined it because someone recommended it to me for basically counseling people, giving advice, which is what I love to do. Any advice, I'm up for it. I love helping people out. It's what I love to do. And I joined this group in order to be a sound voice and to help pick someone back up no matter what they're going through. And it's really sad to see that a lot of young people are going through depression. A lot of young people on that app talk about suicide. They're suicidal. They have nothing to live for, and so on and so forth. And it's sad to see. It's sad to hear. So I wanted to talk about purpose today because that's something I always mention to them. We all have a purpose on this earth. When God created us, He created us with a special gift, talent, ability, a purpose, right? The only way that we can actually live up to our fulfillment is by fulfilling that purpose, right? So I want you to know that there is a purpose in you. There is a reason why you are still on this earth and breathing. We are not just here to go to school, go to work, pay bills, and wait for, to get old so we can die. That's not what we're here for. That is not what we are here on this earth for. It's greater than that, much greater than that. I want us all to know that we have a purpose. It's important for us to tap in, figure out what that purpose is, which I will be talking about in another video, about figuring out what your purpose is in order to fulfill them. So it's important to know that we have a purpose, and I think knowing that you have a purpose will keep you going no matter what the circumstances are around you. Knowing in you that you have a purpose will keep you going. Just to mention something briefly about purpose. So purpose is anything that you are passionate about that serves other people, right? The reason why I talk about purpose a lot is because I truly believe that you may actually be the person that has the cure for cancer. You can be saving someone else's life with your purpose and your story, right? But if you allow all the negative things around you to consume you, where you're not able to fulfill your purpose and tell your story and tap into your passion, then it's a disservice to us as a world as well. Because you can actually be saving someone's life and doing so much good. And when I do good for people, I feel so great about myself. Whether or not they say thank you, I feel great that I helped someone. It's just a certain feeling that you have when you do something positive for someone or you help someone out. It's a great feeling. And as a result of that, it is important for us to figure out what our purpose is, know that we do have a purpose, and try to tap into that purpose in order to fulfill it. Because the world needs you. No matter what you're going through right now, you may feel like, oh, what am I? No one cares. I care. We care. We need you. You have something in you that is of service to us, that will help us. Maybe you are the key to someone else finding their purpose. Just think about all the good that is in you. All you have to do is tap in and focus on the positive things so that you can be your best self and thrive. So that is the little brief thing I wanted to talk about with regards to purpose. You have a purpose. We need you. So please, please hang in there. The other thing I wanted to talk about was faith and hope. During these trying times, it is important to have hope and faith. I think for me and for a lot of people, that is one of the motivating factors, right? That keeps you going. You have your family, your kids, but faith and hope is that factor that will keep you going regardless of what's going on around you. You have to have faith and hope that things will get better. Once you lose that hope and that faith, that's when you start to feel the storm, right? I have one example to give. In the Bible, Matthew 14 verses 30 talks about Peter. Peter was walking on water next to Jesus, right? Amidst the storm. It was a great storm happening, and he was walking on water next to Jesus, and he was doing amazingly well. He was trooping it amidst the storm, okay? Once he started to have doubts and lost faith, what happened to him? He started to feel like he was drowning. He started to drown, right? And he cried out loud, for Jesus to come save him. And Jesus did save him. But the moral of the story, and one thing I picked out from that, was that even when the storm was great, and if you read it, you'll see there was a really great storm around him. But when he had faith and he was walking. He was doing amazingly well, walking through, skating right through that storm. But once he started to lose hope and lose faith, that's when the storm started to overtake him. It started with the mind. He lost faith, he lost hope, and he needed to be saved, right? So had he kept going without losing hope and losing faith, he would have skated right through. Now that brings it back to us. If we have hope and if we have faith, we can make it through anything. I mean anything, right? So I want us to never lose hope, never lose faith. That right there is your motivation to keep going. Not only that, but also the purpose, right? Knowing that you have a purpose, knowing that you are special, knowing that you are needed. That is such an amazing thing to know. And it gives you something to work on, right? So it is important to never lose hope, never lose faith, because you are created for a reason and we just have to tap in, okay? Just to round it up for us, because I'm trying to make my videos a little shorter. I'm dancing because I love to dance, and it makes me happy. So I encourage you guys to do the same thing. Do what it is that you love. Live a little, have fun, be happy, focus on the positive things that are happening. My baby almost ripped off my chain, but I'm still happy, okay? So just be happy. Figure out what it is that is going on great in your life. Celebrate yourself, celebrate it, and be happy. This too shall pass, and everything will start to make sense very soon, okay? So just to round it up, in conclusion, first thing I talked about was focusing on the positive things that are happening to us versus the negative things that are happening to us. Once you start to focus on the positive, then you start to block out the negativity, right? That includes people, places, things. Block them out. If it disturbs your peace, block them. That's simple, okay? Block them out if it disturbs your peace. You don't need negativity in your life, especially not right now. So we have to block out things that are not serving us. Anything that's negative, you block it out. Focus on the positive. Be grateful, very grateful for the things that are going right in your life. Be grateful for, be it your health, your family, your children, your husband, your wife, your loved ones, your parents, your job, you know, getting A on that course. You go, you did that. Appreciate and congratulate yourself, you know, and celebrate yourself because you're doing great. The second thing I wanted to talk about was, the second thing I did talk about was purpose, right? Because we all have a purpose. God created us with a purpose. So I want us all to tap into that purpose, because once you do, you will see that your life will start to change for the better. Once you are walking in purpose, everything will start to make sense and things will start to work out for you. It may be difficult in the beginning, right? Figuring out what that purpose is and getting to it. But I just want you to know that you do have a purpose in you. You are great. You are amazing. You are needed. You are loved. You are appreciated. And we need you. The world needs you. So please hang in there and do not give up. Okay. The final thing or final point that I did talk about was faith and hope. Very important. That is what will keep us going. One of the things that is high priority on the list of things that we need to do is to have hope and have faith. Once we have hope, once we have faith, that little thing, right? The positivity and that mindset of knowing that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, that will keep us going. So let us keep thriving. Let us keep going. And make sure that you don't lose hope and you don't lose faith. And if you have already lost it as you watch this video, please comment below. Let me know. You can email me, contact@viewsbybeck.com. I would be more than happy to talk to anyone that needs a little boost. Personally, I'll be more than happy to talk to you. So feel free to reach out to me. Also, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so. I have amazing videos coming up. So feel free to subscribe to my channel. Feel free to subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell so you get alerted. Like, comment, share, and let's talk. We're in this together and we will make it through. This too shall pass. Okay, so keep that faith, keep it going. Just a little tidbit. My next video, I will be talking about expectations in relationships. So please stay tuned.